The following video is rated H for all the hustlers worldwide.
Are you ready? I'm ready. It's grind times. Let's get it!
This episode of Grind Times is brought to you by A1 Mobile Car Care and Towing, located at 10750 South Choctaw Drive in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Christian owned and operated by Scotty Amond. Contact Scotty at 225-788-4246 or via email at samond61, that's SAYMOND as in dog, 61 at gmail.com. A1 Mobile Car Care and Towing, providing mobile auto service. We come to you.
Hey, Annie! Annie, what was that?
What was what?
That voice just now, what was it?
We didn't hear anything.
All right.
If you build it, he will come.
Okay, you must have heard that.
Sorry. Hey, come on in to dinner. Let's go, Pumpkin.
What's good, fam? It's Q, right back at you, and I'm extremely excited because I said from the very beginning, this platform would actually help entrepreneurs and aspiring business professionals worldwide. And with that being said, the latest upload has already garnered over 10,000 views and growing. So I personally want to thank everyone and just continue to subscribe, and definitely share the video to continue the movement. Now, I always like to not only bring business professionals on the platform, but actually just good people. So today I'm gonna bring on a friend of mine who literally got it out the mud. So without further ado, let's get it. popping?
Oh, what's up, man?
I can't call it. Good to see you. Good to see you. Always.
All the time.
Welcome to the platform. I know me and you had a genuine conversation in one of my new offices that's actually in the midst of being renovated.
Yes.
And I wanted to come out to your place and see what you had going on with all your renovations. And let's just sit down and chop it up
That's what's
and
up,
get into it.
Man, let's get it.
All right. So I know, first of all, having you on, and knowing you for years, your story is one that I think can really touch a lot of people, especially the younger generation, because you're not someone who's actually been handed anything. You started, from the ground floor and built a business to the point to where you probably have more business than you can actually get to.
Actually.
So, I definitely want to bring you on and again, just chop it up and hopefully inspire some other people out there to just level up and make their life a lot better.
Right.
So, let's start off and get into this like as we usually do by telling the folks at home your name, your business name, some background info about your business, like how long you've been in business, what type of services you provide, and so forth.
Well, my name is Timothy Morgan. My company name is Satisfaction Maintenance. I've been doing this since 2007. It's been a road, like Q say, man, it's been awesome. It's been challenging. Mm-hmm. But I can also say that, man, it's been a blessing.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's really been a blessing. We do a lot of maintenance contracts. We do remodeling, bathrooms, kitchens.
Okay.
Pretty much from anything dealing with the house, we could do it.
Okay.
And
I know you said something about, when it comes to building, if it can be torn down, it can be
put
built.
It back.
That's right. That's right.
So that's how we look at it. If you could destroy it, we could make it new.
Okay. That's a good motto to have. So what initially drove you personally into business for yourself instead of working for someone else?
Well, my attention is just so short. I learn stuff and I move. So working for other people a lot of times is just one thing.
Right.
You're doing this particular thing, you're doing that particular thing, and I get on the job and I want to learn this. I look at this, I'm like, well, man, let's do this. Nah, you ain't getting paid to do that. You ain't getting paid to do that. Look,
right.
Stay over here, do this, do that. So I started like, man, I need to try to do something for myself. I need to do something different. And not only that, I'm a certified welder.
Okay.
So when I was working on the sound walls project, we worked on the sound walls project. I was the only welder certified on that project.
Okay.
And I had an older guy come to me. He was like, man, Tim, you kind of smart, man. You might need to do something different. One of the guys had cancer. Okay. And one of them was going blind. He was like, man, take that talent and do something else. And that's what really inspired me to push out and do something different.
Okay. And it sounds like with the way that you want to go about things, instead of being just pigeonholed to one particular job, you would be classified as a multitasker. Yeah. So you can do multiple things, at one time, and it doesn't phase you. No. And that's actually a talent, because some people, they have to focus on one particular thing, and they can't see anything outside of that task. So I think that's one good thing that that you discovered in yourself early on. I've witnessed your business grow from an idea at the starting point to, again, seeing it get to the level to where you're constantly getting calls about projects and renovations and work for your business. So what would you say are the factors that have helped your business to grow to the point to where you actually receive business on a consistent basis?
First, I put God first. Having a real personal relationship with God. Okay,
so your faith is
my
first.
Faith. I say my faith. Believing in what He told me. Okay. Because when He showed it to me, it's like I started doing floors. Right. Actually. Okay. And my cousin, awesome tile man, Troy Richardson, he's awesome with it. And to come from welding, standing up, instructing people to getting on my knees, because I didn't know anything about the work as far as construction. And I'm like, man, I'm on my knees every day. And God just told me, say, I got to humble you. He said, I got to bring you through a process. So loyalty, I say being loyal to whatever it is that you choose. Not somebody put on you, but what you choose to say you want to do. And after doing that, when you love it, you're going to try to find the best ways to do it. And when you do that, people just gravitate to you. They like.
And I'm glad that you brought up that point about your faith, because as an entrepreneur, you know, when you start off, you feel like nobody sees what you see, and you're by yourself.
Yeah.
So your faith, you have to have faith to rely on something to believe that, you know, this is going to succeed and this is going to come to fruition. So, you know, I think you mentioning your faith in the beginning when you were starting out, you know, as something that you relied on to help you get to the level that you're at now. So I'm glad you actually brought up that point. But as a business owner and someone who employs other people, because I know you have employees where you help them actually earn a living, what type of feeling does that give you to actually be able to not only help yourself, but, you know, just help and inspire other people to, you know, not only just get a paycheck, but actually just reach their goals as well?
It's an awesome feeling to see young men go from not really knowing what they want and not having confidence in themselves to having confidence, to understanding, you know, purpose and reason.
So do you see that change in them, that confidence? Like,
Yes.
you may get somebody who may have been through some things in life, and they may come to you in the beginning and they're kind of down or just have a negative or a bad attitude, and then all of a sudden you start to see that change. Do you recognize that in people?
Does it?
Right.
It's so much in the way that a lot of times, and I recognize why, because when people hire you, they're looking for you to know.
Right.
When I hire somebody, I'm looking for you to be willing.
Okay. So you can train them.
I could train you.
Right.
So if you're willing and you're looking for an opportunity, that's the perfect setup for me. So in my side of it is like, it relieves them to know that, man, I don't have to come up here and act like I know.
Right. So that pressure's not there.
The pressure's not there. So it's a relief out the gate. And as they begin to have confidence in what I show them and knowing for themselves, it changed them as a person.
Right.
For instance, I had a little guy, you know, and I showed him something simple. He was talking about his mom toilet leaking. And I was like, man, I said, let me show you the things about a toilet. There's either a valve, this, that, the level, float, you know, and he was like, man, he said, that's the only thing that could cause that to do that? He said, man, I'm going home and I'm going to fix my mama toilet. So he get to the house, he fixed the toilet. The minute he fixed the toilet, his mom called me. She was like, man, she said, I don't know what you did, but he came in and he fixed the toilet. I'm just so excited. And he was, you know, just the small things that we overlook. Just sharing with somebody and them being able to pass it on or to make themselves feel like it's worth it.
So it sounds like to me, and that's one of the reasons why I'm so proud of you and to call you a friend, because you're not just employing people, you're really changing lives.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Because you never know what people are going through, and just you taking that opportunity to not just continuously, you know, beat them down even more so, you're actually trying to lift them up.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
so man, that's just so good to hear. Now, let's put on your business owner hat for a second. What's the comparison between actually earning your own money as a business owner compared to getting a paycheck from someone else? Because we do promote entrepreneurship on here.
Yeah.
So from your standpoint, what's the difference, or what's the comparison?
I think the biggest challenge is it's not for sure.
Right.
And it's faith. Trusting and believing in the quality of work that you're doing, and trusting and believing in choice of customer that you choose to work for. You have a choice.
Right.
So when you walk in, you call me out, I come in, I look at the job, I have to be very spiritual to feel your energy, to know whether or not you sincere about the job, whether or not you do have it or don't have it.
So you do have to have a work ethic.
Yeah.
Okay.
You do have to have a work ethic.
And as a businessman, I mean, you're also a family man. So you have to provide for your family. So you can't, you know, just have it over a long period of time to where you feel like, hey, I'm just going to lay back and not do it. You have to wake up motivated, correct, every day to go get it.
Right.
And you know that if I want to make X amount of dollars, I got to put in the work.
Yes.
So, you know, that's one thing that I know as a business owner for so many years myself. I know it kind of falls on you at the end of the day. You know, nobody's gonna knock on your door and say, hey, get up and go get it. You know, you got to wake up ready and go chase it, you know. So that's why I bring that up. Right. And, you know, your background is something I think that is so inspiring, but not only yours, but you know my background from you know, growing up in South Baton Rouge to being involved in business. I actually coached his sons when they first started off in athletics through a youth organization I started to help give back to my old community. But you're actually doing the same through building and using your skills and your gift, that I like to call it, to help the next generation. So can you talk about some of the upcoming things that you may have going on or that you have planned with the upcoming school you actually told me about?
Well, we got a school that we are about to start. A lot of my friends that's in construction, the biggest problem they're having is it's a lot of older guys that's experienced, but it's a gap between the younger generation and the older generation. And a lot of the older generation was more like hands-on. Right. It was like they wanted it, they needed it, they didn't have a choice. You know, they was forced to do a lot of things. And this generation is more like, it's so many opportunities. Right. It's so much wrong, it's so much other things that they could get involved in other than the right thing. So what we're trying to do is bridge the gap. Okay. And start teaching and inspiring young men to see that it's a lot of money that could be made doing what we do. Definitely. It's a lot of lives that could be changed doing what we do. A lot of money. A lot of money. And the thing is, when you're good at it, you don't have to do all that I do. You could do baseboards and make a living. You could do painting and make a living. You can install doors and make a living. So when people come in or come to me, I'm not trying to inspire them to do construction as a whole if they want to. If they just want to be a painter, if they just want to do trim, if they whatever they want to do, we just want to inspire them to do it.
So you want to inspire them to find their niche or their area of expertise, and that can carry them a long way.
If you love it, it's not a job. Right. So the key thing is finding what they love. And you know, and I always tell them to be open. I'm not gonna put words in your mouth. I need you to tell me, and once you tell me, I'm on you. Right. We finna work it. Right. We're gonna go through every tunnel, we're gonna go under we're gonna dig, you know, we're gonna get it. Right.
So, and that's a good thing, because some people go their whole life and never find their true passion or their true talent. So, you know, I think that if you have a way to help someone discover that, again, that can be life-changing.
And as far as you were saying, it's not just construction. We have a studio, we have a computer lab. We're gonna help young men build their credit, try to help them buy their first home, you know. Wow. So it's so much that we're trying to do, and with the right system, it's not impossible.
And I feel like your story, just knowing, again, your background, it makes you the perfect teacher. You know, with your past experiences, whether good or bad, you're going to be relatable to the younger generation. You know, and I remember telling you when we were sitting in my office, I was telling you, it makes no sense for me to get on here in an executive suit and talk a lot of high-level business jargon and not connect to anyone. So a lot of times you'll see me dress down and basically simplify things to where people can get where I'm coming from, and not only get where I'm coming from, but know that it's possible. You know, if I can do it, anybody can do it. Right. So I say that to say, what's your approach when it comes to trying to find those talents or connect with, you know, either a student that you may have, an employee that you just hired? What approach do you use to?
A lot of times it's finances. It's people going through, not knowing where their next dollar gonna come from, and it's word of mouth a lot of times too. So a lot of times people say, "Well, I know this guy. He need this. Can you think you can help him? You think you can find somebody to?" And you know, a lot of the people that introduced us, it comes from a referral. We also connected with the Salvation Army. Oh wow! So it's a lot of young people that we'll be surprised. The young people that don't have nowhere to stay. Right. So if they're in the Salvation Army of St. Vincent de Paul, we able to pull a list up and see who we could mentor, help out. Right. So in the last video that I did, we discussed faith and how it relates to business. I know you're a man of faith. So once the school is actually up and running, will it have some type of faith-based element to it? It will. Okay. We believe highly in prayer, first of all, and knowing where your foundation is. You can't build if you don't have a foundation. It's hard to keep things in order without a foundation or a structure. So, yeah, we'll have a faith-based Bible studies, you know, encouragement, leadership meetings. You know, just actually we're in the conference room now where we'll be sitting down with guys that's going through different things, challenge, whether it be past relationships, because when you teaching someone, there's so many things that you have to look at. Right. And if you, it's almost like if a person hungry, how do you talk to them? Right. They want to eat first. They need to eat. Right. So if they frustrated and aggravated about something, they need counseling. They might need somebody to be able to share a story or two with them that they went through, and to know that even though it seemed like you're alone on that road, it's someone with you. Right. You know, it's someone with you. Right. So I take it with it having a faith-based element to the school, you'll be willing to share your own personal testimony, some of the things that you went through, of how you changed your life. You know, like you don't put yourself on some pedestal to say, you know, I'm better than you. Man, I've been through some of the same things you've been through. Right. And this is how I overcame it. Right. You actually, my mama, a big prayer warrior. You know, she's a mighty woman of God. Actually, me and my brother wouldn't be here if it wasn't for her. I didn't finish school. A lot of people ask me, they're like, man, what college you went to and this and that. And, you know, I learned hard. And I love school. I sent my sons to Catholic. My daughter went to St. Joseph, QNO. You know, I really worked hard to make sure that they get education. I don't downplay education. Right now, I'm doing a class on my phone every day. Wow. So it's amazing of what you could do in this and to change your situation. So in and out of jail from 17 to like 22. And once God showed me what I needed to do as far as the street and trying to get approval from friends and females and, you know, just the life. And once you realize you get locked up and so many years pass, you can't get that back. Right. It don't come back. Right. And see, man, now you preaching, you know, these are real conversations for you, you know, to just,
open up and say, man, I did some things, but I matured past that, and God made me a better man to get out of that life, and look where he's put you now, in a position to not only provide for your family, but also reach back and help others. So, I mean, just to hear that in itself is so inspiring. And when it comes to education, all education is not in the classroom per se. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So a lot of the knowledge that you did gain, it just wasn't in a traditional setting. Right. But that doesn't mean that you wasn't constantly learning. And like with myself, I always tell people what makes me so good as a businessman is that I can adapt to any environment. I'm not one of these people, again, that's sitting up here, condemning somebody who doesn't have the formal education that I do have. I'm still that same guy from the hood who had to learn some things, from the streets. But I don't condone those things. I just take some of those things that I may have experienced and use that to help elevate me in the business world.
Come on. I remember a guy, when I told a guy that, I was like, man, I didn't finish school. He said, do you know the average billionaire didn't go to school?
Exactly.
They knew what they wanted to do.
Exactly.
They reached for it, and they did it. But, he was just encouraging and inspiring me. Mm-hmm. But I always said, for me, I'm going to go back to school. Mm-hmm. So I'm preparing myself to take courses and to change, not only for me, but I want to do it with some of the students that we have.
Mm-hmm. And you know what? One of the best statements that I've ever heard, they said learning is a lifelong venture. So I never forgot that. So until the day that I die, I'll be learning something.
Come on.
And each person that I encounter or that I come in contact with, I try to learn something from. I learn things from you. I'll learn something from the guy on the street, what not to do. Everybody a lot of times want to look at the successful person. No, figure out where the unsuccessful person went wrong and don't repeat the process.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So I've always been that type, man, to where I'm not just going towards the successful people. Man, I want to connect with the people that may be down and out. So I can learn something from their past experience, So that's just the way I approach things. And I enjoy highlighting stand-up guys like yourself that are actually doing great things in business. So if anyone wanted or needs quality renovations, building needs at a competitive price, how can they actually contact?
SatisfactionMaintenance.com is my email. Okay. And then my number is 225-650-4154. I have a Facebook page also, Satisfaction Maintenance. That's pretty much my contacts. You have my number. Okay. My name's Timothy Morgan. Okay. But it's been a pleasure, Monica. I mean, just to have this opportunity, man, and to see how far you have came.
Right.
Man, it's awesome just to see all the kids and the young people that you done inspired and encouraged, man.
Right. Thank you.
We're going to change some lives.
Definitely. And you got my word on camera. Once the school is open, whatever I can do to help, I'm just a phone call away.
Come on.
I know at this point I have to speak at, I've already agreed to speak at a college later in the year. But again, I like to connect with the everyday average people. So, with your school as well, I'd love to come out, not only inspire the students that are here, but actually show them how to get to this money, and I'll break it down to them to where the everyday average person can get it.
That's what I'm talking about.
You definitely got my support with whatever you're doing.
It's the same.
And last but not least, before you show me around, because I want you to take me on a tour and show me everything you got going on, because I can see the vision. I'm not one of these type to see it when it comes together. I've owned a business where someone didn't quite see it, and then when it comes to fruition, they like, man, this is nice.
It's amazing.
Yeah, definitely. And I want to come back when you've actually finished the renovations and show the before and after to show the quality of your work. But last but not least, before we get on that, would you have any words of encouragement for somebody who may be out there, who may be lost, not really have a direction, who may be going through some things out in the streets? What words of encouragement would that comes to mind that you can leave them with?
What I say is, for somebody that's going through, the first thing I'll say do is disconnect. Mm-hmm. Disconnect from your environment and look around and see what benefits you. Try to look at the person and see if it's an asset or a liability to you.
Right.
Do they bring you joy? Do they give you direction? Because a lot of times we have people around us and we don't even see what they're doing and what they add to us. And sometimes the frustration that we're going through is not ours.
Right.
It's other people's energy that we allow to attach itself to us. So I'll say first thing is really evaluate your situation, and then if you can find a brother like Montecure or me, and you see us in the public, open up. Don't be afraid to say how you feel, because the answer could be right next to you.
Right. And you can tell me and this brother go way back, because he said my entire nickname. Q is short for Monty Q, just to let everybody know. So me and him got a real connection. But in closing, I'll just say that no one in the world can stop you but you, because God has a plan for your life. So all you have to do is just work that plan and continue to have faith. So with that being said, let's get on this tour around your facility, man, and let's just talk me through everything you have going on so the Grind Time fams can actually see what you got going on.
That's what's up. So right here gonna be the conference room.
Okay.
This will be the conference room.
Okay.
And we got stuff everywhere.
Okay. So in the conference room, this will be the area where
it'll be instructors. We'll be preparing them for the go to the back.
Okay.
And letting them know what we expect, safety.
Okay.
Protocols and just different situations.
Okay, so they'll actually do paperwork and things like that in the conference room.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I can see it again. You have some nice trim molding up there, nice screen on the wall, and I can really see it coming together with the wood blinds.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, but yeah, if you can definitely walk us through, man, that would be good.
So then we have, there's just the foyer.
Okay.
Yeah, we just probably have a few snack machines and different things right here.
Okay.
And then we have another it's just a little break up. We just broke it up a little bit.
Right.
Bathroom right here.
Okay.
I guess we can go to the back. This actually is going to be the construction site. So right now we have it as a storage.
Right.
So I've been doing this since 2007. I've accumulated a whole lot of stuff. So in the next 2 weeks we'll be having a garage sale. But this is.
So you actually have a built-in construction site inside the school.
Yeah.
Man, that's what's up.
This gonna be where the class is gonna take place. We're gonna be teaching trim, crown, tile layouts, and just different things. So we'll have we got like at least 3,000 square feet back here.
This is a big building, man.
25. It's total 4,000 square feet building.
Right. And I've seen where you renovated the outside. I was even telling you when I drove up, like, man, you did your thing on renovating the outside of it.
So I'll show you the tools. You can see some of the tools. So we're not lacking tools for the
students.
Right. We also have a machine that's going to actually do the plating of the rims.
Okay.
So we're going to take some rims when we get the young men, and once they understand purpose, we're going to take some rims and help them fix up a car, might auction it off.
Wow.
And stuff like that.
So we're not only doing building skills and renovations, we're actually dealing with car restoration as far as restoring rims and just restoring cars. I know even we talked about entertainment. You actually have a studio in here.
I'll show you the studio in a minute.
Okay.
And this the layout of the tools that
Wow.
We done accumulated over the years.
Man.
So we have doors like when we take an old house down, crown, you probably never find some of the crown that we have. We got a lot of antique doors and stuff like that.
Which is worth a lot of money.
Yeah, they worth a lot.
Right,
So
right.
certain things, when we tear our house down, we save it and bring it in.
And I can say this from my own experience through my dad. He was doing a renovation on a home for some wealthy people. And, you know, I'm more into the modern stuff. So I'm like, if they have all this money, why they have you restoring all this old stuff? He's like, it's worth a lot of money. So, you know, it just depends on that person's taste. But I know a lot of times when it comes to the upper echelons or the financially wealthy people, they're really into the antique stuff. Really so that's how I know firsthand that when you talk about some of this trim and doors that you probably can't find, it may look old to somebody who really doesn't know, but once it's restored, it's worth a lot of money.
So these floors is right there is like $5 to $6 a square foot.
Wow.
So we took them out of the house.
Wow.
So,
and you can see the difference in just the way it's made.
Yeah.
That, you know, that's not the stuff that you walk into the normal house and see. Right. Or you can't go to Home Depot and get that. Right.
So this one side of it, and then we have as far as the computer lab.
Okay.
And the studio.
Okay, let's take a look at the computer lab of where it's gonna be.
Okay. And
definitely get through here.
Yeah.
And shout out to the ladies behind the camera, but watch your step because we don't want y'all going to the. We don't want you sitting up at the hospital tonight trying to get this episode out to everybody.
This a piece that I got from somewhere too. This Cypress bar.
Okay, man.
It's a Cypress bar, so. Right. That's going to actually be on this wall for the young people. And that come out of project too.
So the students going to actually, you're going to give them the skills to actually refurbish
this. We'll refurbish. You're looking at it now. When you see it once it's in the school, you'll be like, man.
Right. That's why I want to come back and do an after shot to show the before and after.
I was happy you came before. Like some people don't like you to see the before. I love seeing the before.
I mean, you're a builder. You want to see the before. Right. And this would be like a reception area.
This going to be office / like recreation. This will be a spot where once they come out, it'll have a few chairs.
Okay.
And they be swapping out there, be just sitting, chilling, and just venting.
And if I hadn't said it enough, man, something like this is so needed in our community, man. And they don't have a lot of brothers like you that's actually, you know, saying, look, I'm not waiting on a handout. I'm going to actually take whatever resources I have and the faith that I have from God to actually go out and make a change. And I was telling you, you know, the skills and the things that you'll put into other people, that'll far outlive you. Yeah. And not only that, you can't put a price on those type of things. So, you know, I'm just so happy, man, to see what you have going on here, man. And again, I'm ecstatic, man.
It's so powerful. The other thing, me and my little brother, I inspired him to do a lot of wrong things. And me and him as partners on here. And he actually is putting money into this too.
Wow.
So both of us is putting money. He putting a let it slide entry behind it. Don't stop letting intense drama escalate. For the young people, it's been on the news. It's been on a lot of different things. So it's so much that's going into this, and I just thank God for using me. I don't feel like I'm on top of it. I'm just a part of it.
Right.
So, you know, and anybody else is. So this is going to be the lab where we're going to have computers. We already have the computers. They've been donated. It's like 10 computers, top of the line computers for the young people. They'll be on these walls.
Right.
And we'll be teaching them how to use the internet, how to use email, just to get in.
Where our community actually is lacking and behind, you're doing your part to say, hey, you want to learn the basic skills of a computer, you want to learn basic software, come here, we'll actually show you.
That's it.
You know, man. So, I mean, that's a lot for a brother who, you know, like you said, started off and didn't, you know, take education, a formal education, you know, as high as you can take it. But the lives, the numerous lives you're getting ready to touch, it'll far outweigh that.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And I can just see it, man. I see the tie-ins for the electrical outlets. You already have the cutouts ready.
Yeah.
So it's definitely gonna come together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we put a bookshelf in here too.
Oh wow.
So we built the bookshelf.
Right. So they'll definitely be able to grab a book off the shelf and get some knowledge.
Yeah.
You know, definitely. And they can actually, I'll make sure my book, A Guide to Getting Money, an Entrepreneur's Handbook, that's coming real soon. I'll make sure it's on that shelf.
That's what's
because
up.
I wrote that book to help people that are going to come through these doors.
Come on, man.
Right. So you don't have to go to college for years like I did. If you got a dream and you got faith and you got a vision, man, you could read my book and actually use it as a blueprint to start your own business.
Come on.
So
that's what's up.
Yeah,
you know, I'm
man.
gonna get that book. You
oh,
know, I gotta
definitely,
get that book.
definitely. You know.
So this is the studio.
All right. Man. Now, fun fact about the studio, Tim has been inviting me to the studio for years. I just never came, but I remember years ago, at least 10 years ago, he was like, man, come by the studio. We recording, we shooting a video, we doing this, and, you know, whatever. But I never made it over here. So to actually see the studio, it's like, oh, okay, this is what I've been missing. But with the students, you're actually going to have a recording element to, if they're interested in music, they'll actually learn how to record and go from there.
Making tracks.
Oh, wow.
They're going to be able to make tracks. They're going to be able to learn how to break down tracks.
Okay.
They're going to learn whatever they want to learn about the music. And the other part of it is being positive.
Right.
Being able to inspire each other, not tear each other down.
Right.
So that's the thing I love about the music. The music back in the days, like my grandfather used to always say, I don't know what they doing now.
Right.
I remember when they say you grab a young man, you say, let me rap to you. You knew what time it was. Now, rap ain't what it used to be.
Right.
So, you know, we trying to bring it back to, man, let me rap to you. You know it's a message. You know it's something that's going to change your life. So,
and a fun fact about myself, since all the kids that I used to coach, they all, I don't know when your sons were young, they would try to go research me and say, Coach, you used to do music? And I'd be like, who told you that? No. So I say that to say, when I was recording, you had to have money to record to get in the studio. So for you to provide young people a place to actually record without coming up with that money, because I know what it's like to not have a lot of money to actually record, but you have a passion for music. So, man, I just think something like this as an outlet for the younger generation is just special, man. And you have the recording booth over there?
Yeah, we have a recording booth.
Okay. So we may have some hits coming out of here. You never know,
for sure. I'm quite sure, you know, when people put their heart into something, you know, it's a hit.
Right. We got it soundproofed and everything, huh?
Soundproof.
Wow. This is what's up, man. This is what's up.
So, yeah. We got a little Wayne. Wayne wrote a little, he did a picture for us.
Oh, wow. Okay.
On the,
a little inspirational picture from Lil Wayne.
On Wayne.
Okay.
Wayne Dane.
Oh, okay. Wayne
Dane. He did the world.
Okay.
Out the South. Yeah, he said you're gonna reach the world.
He's definitely talented.
Yeah.
Definitely talented, man.
Yeah,
so we got the entire setup, man, to where they can basically go from just somebody with, you know, an idea to all of a sudden, man, you're able to get out there and see the world and travel with your music.
You're able to hear it on the CD when you leave out. It was an idea, and then now you can reach it to somebody.
Right, and anybody could do it in this day and age because, you know, with the way music is set up now, you can just build your fan base from the ground up.
Right.
And some of the hottest artists in the world are right here from Baton Rouge right now. Young Boy, Kevin Gates, Boosie, Fredo Bang. Can't forget him. He's from the same part of town I'm from. Guys. Yeah, so, I mean, you have so many guys that's coming out of this area, man, that, hey, if they can do it, you can do it too. Right. But I think it goes back to what you said about you know, being positive and just finding your niche, and everything else will take care of itself.
And we've been reaching out to a lot of those guys. So
Okay.
a lot of them that's in beef or ops or the Let It Slide movement is really reaching out to a lot of those guys. So what
Okay.
we trying to do is get some of those guys to get in the boxing ring together. Let it slide. Let's
Right.
get in the boxing ring. Let's stop shooting each other. Let's
Right.
stop downplaying each other. Let's encourage and build each other.
Right.
So that lab over there will teach them also how to put their music out on YouTube, on different platforms.
Wow. Okay.
And so it's a full circle. So once they do whatever they do, we're able to give them outlet.
And that's why I touched on earlier about you being the perfect teacher. You know, guys like you and guys like me can connect with younger people, because again, when they see us have success, they know that, hey, I've been on that other side.
Right.
So I'm not just talking. I done lived it.
Right.
So they're more inclined to listen to what you have to say and take advice from you because you've lived it. So, you know, man, I'm just excited. You know, I'm proud to say I got friends in high places like you doing it big. You know, we'll definitely be back for part 2 once the school's actually open, man. I'm going to come back. Like I said, you got my word to actually reach out to these students that you're going to have and just, you know, help to inspire and motivate them. So with that being said, we're about to get on out of here. But until next time, keep your mind on your money, keep grinding, and let's get it.
Yes.